एकं विशरसो हन्ति शस्त्रेणैकश्च बध्यते सराष्ट्रं सप्रजं हन्ति राजानं mantra-visravah.
Welcome, dear friend. Today we sit with a verse from the Vidura Niti, one of the most piercing teachings on power, speech, and silence in all of Sanskrit literature. Listen to the sloka first. Ekam visharaso hanti shastranaikascha vadhyate sarashtram saprajam hanti rajanam mantra-visrava. The essence of poison kills only one person. A weapon slays only one person. But the leaking of secret counsel destroys the king together with his entire kingdom and all his people. Let us open the words one by one. Ekam means one, a single person. Visharasaha is the liquid essence of poison. The word visha comes from the root vish, which means to pervade, because poison is that which spreads through one body. Rasa means fluid, sap, the thing that flows. Hanti means kills, from the root han, to strike down. So the first quarter says, the poison essence kills one. Then shastrena ekahacha vadhyate. Shastra is a weapon, from the root shas, to cut. It literally means the cutting instrument. Vadhyate means is slain. So by a weapon one person is slain. Again, just one. Now the turn. Sarashtram means together with the kingdom. Rashtra coming from the root raj, to shine, to rule. Saprajam means together with the subjects, the people. Praja literally meaning those who are brought forth, the king's children in the political sense. Rajanam is the king, and the key word mantra-visrava. Here mantra does not mean a sacred chant. It comes from the root man, to think, to deliberate. Mantra here means secret counsel, confidential deliberation, the private strategy of the state. And vishrava comes from vi plus the root sru, to flow. It means a leaking, an oozing, a seepage. So mantra-visrava is the outflowing of secret counsel. And this leakage, says Vidura, kills the king along with his kingdom and his people. Notice the beautiful hidden imagery in the roots. Poison pervades one body. A blade cuts one body. But counsel flows out like water escaping a dam. Secrets do not shatter loudly, they seep quietly. And like a dam that fails from a small crack, everything downstream is drowned. Now, where does this verse come from? We are in the Mahabharata, in the Udyoga Parva, the book of effort, in its 33rd chapter. War between the Kauravas and Pandavas is looming. The messenger Sanjaya has returned from the Pandava camp, but he refuses to deliver Yudhishthira's message until morning. The blind king Dhritarashtra cannot sleep. His conscience burns. In that sleepless night, he summons his half-brother Vidura, the wisest man in the court, and begs for words of peace. What Vidura gives him instead is 8 chapters of unflinching truth about wisdom, foolishness, and the duties of kings. This teaching is called the Vidura Niti. This particular verse comes within Vidura's teaching on guarding counsel, and there is a double edge to it. On the surface, it is timeless statecraft. Underneath, it is a warning aimed directly at Dhritarashtra himself, whose coat leaks like a broken vessel, where Duryodhana's faction schemes openly and the king's own weak will is the widest crack in the dam. The kingdom that will soon be destroyed with its realm and its people at Kurukshetra is the very kingdom Vidura is addressing that night. What is the deeper teaching here? First, Vidura is giving us an arithmetic of harm. Poison, one victim. Weapon, one victim. Leaked counsel, a king, plus a kingdom, plus a whole people. He is teaching that harms differ not just in strength but in shape. Physical harms are point harms. They end in a single body. But informational harm is a network harm. It travels through every relationship the information touches. The most dangerous forces in life are not the loud and visible ones. They are the silent ones with the widest reach. Second, the verse quietly ranks the tongue above the sword. Poison and weapons are external instruments. The leak comes from within, from one's own mouth or one's own inner circle. The fortress does not fall to siege, it falls to seepage. And the whole Mahabharata proves this point. It was not weapons that started the great war, it was words, broken confidences, insults in the dice hall. Weapons only finished what careless speech began. Third, because mantra comes from the root man, to think, the verse also speaks to your inner life. Your mantra is your unfinished inner deliberation, your plans, your intentions, your half-formed resolves. The king is your own will, the sovereign within you. The kingdom and subjects are your faculties, your projects, the people who depend on you. When you spill your intention prematurely, you lose its power. Announced resolutions leak away the very tension that was meant to fuel them. Water contained generates force. Water leaked generates only mud. This wisdom echoes across the world. Kautilya in the Arthashastra devotes an entire chapter to guarding counsel, insisting that a king deliberate where not even birds can overhear. Sun Tzu builds the entire art of war upon secrecy and information. The book of Proverbs says, "He who guards his mouth preserves his life, but he who opens wide his lips comes to ruin." And modern life has only proven Vidura more right. In our age, a missile destroys one target, but a single data breach, a single leaked document can compromise an entire nation and all its citizens. Even psychology agrees. Research on goal setting shows that people who publicly announce their ambitions often become less likely to achieve them, because the announcement itself releases the inner pressure that drives the work. That is mantra-visrava happening inside a single mind. So let me leave you with some questions to carry into your contemplation. First, where in your life are you guarding against dramatic, visible threats while your real vulnerability is a slow seepage, a confidence shared too casually, a plan announced before it was ripe? Second, whose kingdom depends on your discretion? When you speak carelessly about your family, your team, your work, who besides you absorbs the damage? And third, do you treat your own intentions as mantra, as deliberations to be protected until they mature? Or do you leak your resolve for the small pleasure of talking about it? And here is a practice for this week. Call it the 24-hour seal. Any significant plan, decision, or confidence stays sealed for one full day before you speak of it outside its need to know circle. Before sharing anything sensitive, ask 3 questions. Does this person truly need to know? Does telling them strengthen the work, or does it only relieve my urge to talk? And who downstream is affected if this travels further than I intend? If any answer fails, keep the dam closed. At the end of the week, notice how much quiet force your contained intentions have gathered. Poison kills one, the sword kills one, but the tongue, unguarded, can bring down a kingdom. Guard the counsel, and you guard the king, the kingdom, and everyone who shelters within it. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
एकं विशरसो हन्ति शस्त्रेणैकश्च बध्यते स राष्ट्रं सप्रजं हन्ति राजानं मन्त्रविस्रवः